Hello, respected residents of the Zhomart Consumer Cooperative, respected citizens of Kazakhstan, representatives of the media, and colleagues. Today, we are holding this press conference in order to draw the attention of the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan, state authorities, and the public to a systemic and long-standing issue surrounding the Zhomart Cooperative. We were compelled to make this statement because for the past 8 months, we have been dealing with the appeals and problems of the residents. My name is Zhan Shingiz. I am a human rights defender and a lawyer. I cannot remain indifferent to what is happening. The Zhomart Cooperative is located in the Ili district of the Almaty region. The residents who approached us have effectively been left alone with their problems, facing inaction from local executive authorities. Their appeals to local authorities and the Akimat were not properly reviewed. Similar appeals were also submitted to the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan. On February 16, 2019, we held a meeting with the Deputy Akim of the Almaty region, during which a plan was presented to improve the situation of the residents. However, to this day, there has been no meaningful response from state authorities. At the same time, we managed to suspend unjustified fee collection in the area. However, the citizens' problems remain unresolved. One of the key issues is that around 90% of residents do not have legal ownership documents for their homes. As a result, they cannot register their place of residence and are unable to access the state benefits they are entitled to. This territory is inhabited by socially vulnerable groups of citizens. We have compiled a socio-economic profile of the population. Among them are large families, single-parent families, persons with disabilities, as well as stateless individuals. All our actions are strictly based on the law and the principle of the rule of law. During the discussion, 4 key issues were identified that require urgent resolution. First, granting official settlement status to the Dacha area and developing the necessary infrastructure. Second, ensuring stable, safe, and high-quality electricity supply with transparent and fair tariffs. Third, legalizing all land plots purchased by citizens. Fourth, addressing the social and living conditions of the population. We also created a communication chat to connect residents with local executive authorities. A secretary of the Maslahat was involved in the process to ensure communication between the population and the authorities. However, no effective feedback or systemic results were achieved. Despite the law on consumer cooperatives, we were denied the right to hold a general meeting, even though 10% of members are entitled to initiate it. This raises a fundamental question. Whose interests are the local executive authorities serving in this situation? In our view, this may indicate lobbying of third-party interests by certain officials. According to our analysis, in 1992, the land plots were legally transferred to the Zhomart Cooperative. However, starting from 2003, local executive authorities began subdividing and selling these plots to third parties. As a result, citizens are issued not legal ownership documents, but garden books, which have no legal force. We call on the anti-corruption.
The result of the human rights work of Zhan Shingiz is a tangible improvement in people's lives and the initiation of systemic changes within the community. Through years of consistent work in defending citizens' rights and engaging with local residents, he contributed to the official recognition of the Zomart Dacha settlement as a village and its incorporation into a rural administrative district. What had remained an unresolved issue for many years was transformed into a sustainable and practical solution. As a result, living conditions for residents were significantly improved. A new school was built, infrastructure was modernized, roads were repaired, and stable and safe electricity supply was ensured. Hundreds of families obtained legal property ownership documents, gaining legal protection and long-term stability. Dozens of individuals successfully obtained citizenship of the Republic of Kazakhstan. A key part of this work was the organization of residents and the development of a socio-economic development strategy for the territory, enabling a shift from a crisis situation to structured and sustainable community development.